we'll start with Ned, and then as pretty much everybody knows, Alex will be in here in a couple of minutes. So,
Ned, I know you have a confident team, but with what happened yesterday, how big was it to set the tone right out of the gate in the first inning?
I guess it's big. We're blowing it up a little bit.
Okay.
You know, we do have a confident team. We feel like we can, get through these types of things. Look, Dyson makes a start in left field and probably makes the most incredible play that we've seen all year long. So we have the ability to cover certain issues, certain injuries. If they start to pile up on you, then that presents more of a problem. But I think we have, enough quality players where we can cover this.
What'd you think of Giordano's return?
I thought he was okay. Started to get a little out of whack a little bit in the fourth. And, the fifth inning was lack of a better word, was a character inning for me. It's like, okay, you got a 4-run lead. You pitch yourself in trouble. Now let me see you pitch yourself out of it, and he did. He gave up 3, but he held the fort, and we came right back and answered with 3 of our own. So I thought it was a good first start back for him.
So it wasn't fatigue then in the fifth. It was something mechanical that you were seeing?
For him?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't fatigue. Fatigue didn't enter into it. He threw a lot of pitches. A lot of times when you get into a crisis inning, we call it, and you got to expend a lot of energy to get it out like he did the fifth inning, you're pretty much done for the day.
How close were you to go getting him that inning?
Well, I was going to go get him. I can't remember who was hitting. Where Chester Cuthbert made the error. If he got on, I was going to go get him right there. But he got out of it. He made the pitch, and we just booted the ball. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give him one more hitter. And I think Longoria was the hitter, and then Loney, who's dangerous, was up at that point. And I'm going to give him Loney to see if he can get through it. So we were about one hitter away.
Did he just lose his arm slot a little bit? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, started flying open a little bit.
And Locane, Lorenzo arguing on the bench? Or?
I'm sorry?
Lorenzo was just thrown out for arguing on the bench?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And on Dyson's catch, it didn't really seem like he had a lot of room to make that play, so were you kind of surprised that he did make that play?
Well, no, amazed more than surprised, There's the degree of difficulty on a play like that is astronomical, all right? He's playing in. It's a guy that normally doesn't drive the ball that deep to left field. The ball's hit. He starts drifting. He realizes the ball's carrying. Then he jets he hits his speed button and takes off. And then, to look completely over your head, the hand-eye coordination involved with the speed that he was running is unbelievable. And to catch it and then let alone hit the wall, bounce off, and turn around and make a nice throw to complete a double play. It was just a fantastic play.
Did you mean that literally? You said it might be the most incredible play you've seen this year.
I meant it literally. I don't just, we've got a defensive team. But I asked my coaches, have you seen a better defensive play today? Because the degree of difficulty on that is huge. To be able to catch the ball with your head this way, running full speed at the wall, one step from the wall, and catch it like that. It could be the best play that I've seen all year long.
Ned, you scored 8, only left 5 runners, and everybody in the lineup who started had a hit. What's it mean to be able to have that offensive threat from top to bottom?
Well, it's, again, this time last week we were trying to find out why our bats were so quiet. So it just goes in cycles, It just goes in cycles. Haas got 2 hits today. Rios got a couple of hits today. Omar got a hit. Salvi with a laser beam home run. Kane with a home run. It just goes in cycles. So you just ride it as long as you can while you're hot, and then continue to grind through it when you're not.
What was it like to see Alex back out?
See what?
See Alex Gordon back out and then watch the game.
Yeah, it was nice to see him out, but I want to make sure nobody touches his crutches, because that's a bad omen. Just stay away from Alex's crutches. I learned that lesson in Milwaukee. Somebody sprained their ankle in Prince Fielder tried to see what it felt like to walk on crutches, and that next day he sprained his ankle and was out for the year. So stay away from Alex's crutches.
Cuthbert has right now a multi-hit game today, and four games hit in a row.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about Chisholm?
Well, again, it's very impressive for a young man to come his first time to the big leagues and play the game in his first 3 games like he's been here 5 years. There's no panic in his game. You know, he's playing great defense and swinging the bat very, very well for us.
Ned, have you, your time with the Braves or any other time, had a stretch where you can remember, speaking of Chesler and Jarrod making these plays, where guys seem to step up as soon as they're called upon when somebody goes down the way this team seems to every time?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think, you know, the most important thing that we have is the depth that Dayton Moore created for us this winter. He created in the pitching department. You know, we've given opportunities to guys like, you know, Paulo Orlando, and he stepped up, and Dice, when he gets his opportunity, he steps up, and, you know, Alex's shoes, you know, they're huge to fill, but we feel like we got the guys that can do it until he gets back.
With the rain out to start the series and a doubleheader, and without Moose and Gordon's injury, was this your best series of the year for your team?
I don't know, man. We've played some pretty good series all year, and I think this is our 50th win, and we're still 3 games away from the All-Star break. We're playing pretty good.
How much emotion was evident that first inning, both with the catch and the home run?
Well, I think that more than the emotion, I just think that it was the play of the game for Ventura. You know, that ball gets over Dyson's head, and now all of a sudden you got you know, probably a run's going to score. You got a runner on second base, and you know, but you know, Dice made the play, turned around, fired a double play back to first base, and it settled Ventura down, and he went on a nice run until about the last out in the 4th. So it was good for him, and it was good for all of us.
Ned, do you see Salvador Perez as kind of a mid-20s home run guy?
I do.
Really tapping that potential, like going forward.
Oh, absolutely, and I've said that all along. I mean, I said that 2 years ago when they were, you know, people were saying we don't have any power. You know, I said Salvi's going to be when his power develops. You know, he's a young guy. Power develops a little bit late, but when his power develops, he's going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 home runs a year.
The Brett Gardner thing's official now on the team. Can you just explain why?
Yeah, tough decision. Sat there all morning, trying to figure it out. They were both. The choice really boiled down between, for me, Brantley, Cespedes, and Brett Gardner, and their numbers are comparable. I mean, Cespedes has more home runs. Garner's more of a speed guy, but you look at the stats over, you know, the last 6 weeks or so. I mean, Gardner had an OPS of over 1,000 in June, and he's since May 1st 901. You know, Cespedes is right at about 806. You know, so you're kind of looking at the combination of the speed, the on-base percentage, and the ability, you know, to play the outfield to his degree. You know, trying to just put this team together, put together the best team that we can to win this baseball game, and we went with him, and we think it's a good choice.
Does Adam Jones become the starter then?
Yes, Adam Jones does become the starter.
Let's get Alex up here.
Come on.